What is up, everybody? My name is Harry Rice. Welcome back to the channel. It is Halloween, and you better believe that this mask is very hard to breathe through right now. You better believe that. But again, what is up, everybody? My name is Harry Rice. Today, a brand new stream. It is Halloween. I was going to Halloweenify the overall setup, the look of the stream, but I was not able to do so in time, so I apologize for that, but I am in cause of that. So yeah, Montreal Canadiens played tonight against the Washington Capitals. Not a preferable game, not the way that the game went. I believe that most Habs fans would agree with me in that regard, but yeah. So if you guys got any comments or questions, put them in the chat. If you are also wearing a costume, put that in the chat, or you can put a picture in the Discord. I believe the link for that should be in the description. Maybe I'll do a little costume rating contest. I don't know. Yoshi Bros, it is a ghost face on stream right now. There is no Harry for tonight. Avi, what up? I watched the full game tight in the first period. 3-goal. Yes, indeed. Yeah, man. Yes, indeed, Avi. Alright, so for those of you who are new here, how we do things is I go through the opening lines for both teams. I give my little game summary, recap, analysis, whatever you want to call it. And then I do the stats for the Canadiens, and then we get on out of here. So without further ado, we are going to get things started. Capitals has got too many clean looks. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll get to that in the recap. The opening lines for the Canadiens were Caulfield, Suzuki, Heineman, Slavkovsky, Newhook, Doc, Anderson, Evans, Gallagher, and Armia, Dvorak, Kapanen. Do not get used to those being the lines. Matheson, Gooley, Hudson, Savard, and Struble, Barron are on the blue line. Caden Primo gets the start net for the Canadiens, and Samuel Montembeault backs him up, finally being given a rest from the starters net for a little while. Hey, Chef Camaro, I'm glad you think this is a legendary setup, man. I appreciate that. The opening lines for the Capitals, were Protas, Strome, Ovechkin, McMichael, Dubois, Wilson, Vrana, Scarboza, and Mangiapane, Duhaime, Dowd, Radish, Verhervary, Carlson, Sandin, Van Riemsdyk of the Trevor variety, and Alexiev, McElrath were on the blue line for the Capitals. Of course, with both Jacob Chychrun and Matt Roy being out, they needed people to replace. And so Alexiev draws into the lineup. Charlie Lindgren will get the start net for the Capitals, and Logan Thompson backs him up as he's been the much better goalie to start the year. Absolutely, Abby. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween to all you boyos. And hell yeah, Cole does keep scoring. Hell yeah, man. Screamy Rice. Bobs, it could be. I mean, I prefer Ghostface, but yeah. So before the game, of course, like I mentioned, Chychrun and Waugh both out. But Jack and Pizzetta are both healthy scratches with Wilson and McElrath in the lineup. That would come back to bite the Canadiens, but that's for later on in the game. Heineman gets sprung in early. There's a good shot on Lindgren. Dubois' line then presses. There's a shot into Primo as he holds. TVR has a shot deflected by Ovechkin. That's just wide. There's a good turnover by the Canadiens. Andy has a one-timer stopped. Habs lead the shots 3-1 at 5 minutes. And already we're getting into it with the fuck you Tom Wilson stuff. There's a late hit on Lane Hudson after a whistle. I wanted someone to skate over his neck, and it's unfortunate that didn't happen. It'll come soon enough, though, hopefully. And the Habs are on the penalty kill. As a result, it's Slavkovsky. Oh, not as a result, but a penalty that was part of the play, but not part of that play. Yeah. Slavkovsky gets called for a hold on Trevor Van Riemsdyk. That was actually a fair call, the penalty. Alright, I'm sorry, but Jack Guy's not the problem. No, he's not, Julian. I would argue that Struble is a much bigger problem, and I think he should be the healthy scratch for a couple games because of how he played tonight. Do you think everyone is taking shots at Hudson or all year, guys, because your enforcer's a healthy scratched? Well, Sporty, given this is the first game that anyone's really taken actual runs at Hudson, I wouldn't say that, it's because all the enforcers are scratched. If it happens, next game after that, then yeah, definitely. I think that could be said. But right now, it's just one game. It's one of the biggest pieces of shit in the league. taking runs. So, by the way, can you guys hear me well in this? Because how it sounds for me, it sounds a little muffled. But if you guys can still understand me while it's a bit muffled, I'll keep the mask on. If not, I may have to reveal my identity. So, yeah, Julian, I agree. Wilson would have played for sure. Habs need to put Lane Hudson on the top power play unit right now. The next game, the few power plays. Yeah, exactly, Abby. We do need Hudson on the top power play unit. Bob's, yeah. He's just one of many problems, exactly. I won't even say he's a problem, but he's definitely a guy that should not be getting scratched as often as he is. Yes, you're fine, but now you're probably dying in that thing. Yes, I am. I am sporty. I will break kayfabe for a second. This thing is really fucking hot. Not to mention that the room itself is a little bit hot tonight. It was a hot Halloween. And yeah, plus the jersey's on as well. So yeah, I am dying in this thing. But I do it for the audience. I do it for the boyos. I do it for the people on YouTube who watched this channel. All 7 people. It's a little muffled, but not bad. Alright, good. As long as you guys can still mostly understand me, then that's fine. Pretty much let up a shorthanded goal, but just offside. Exactly, Avi, yeah. It is hot. It was fucking 76 out today. God damn, that's rough, sporty. Oof. That's an ooferinos. Harry is scary tonight. Spooky Harry. Yes, it is indeed a very spoopy Harry tonight. Whew. Capitals, like I said, get on the power play. Ovi's out for the full 2 minutes, essentially. He's out for, I think, 155. He does get a chance. The Habs were leaving him alone, instead covering the passers, which actually worked out surprisingly well. It was actually surprisingly smart. The Habs do get some clears, and that would end it. Habs are 1 for 1 on the penalty kill tonight. I'm trying to get a strand of hair out of my face without just slipping under the mask. Let's say that Jack Guy is the least of the Habs' problems now. If he was the only problem the Habs had, we'd be in first place. Well, Bob, it's not even saying that we'd be in first place, but we would have a better record, technically. And I think it's more so we're scratching Jack Guy because he's the fan favorite, and it's sending the message that, look, it doesn't matter if you're a fan favorite, you're liked, disliked, whatever, play well and you stay in the lineup. Or play the way that we expect you to play. Play your game, and you'll stay in the lineup. Which is why, again, Jack Eye and Pizzetta were out of the lineup tonight. Unfortunately, I don't get why, but I mean Pizzetta, I kind of get why. He took 2 bad penalties last game, and he kind of sucked, unfortunately. But yeah, Jack Eye, I don't get why. He's kind of been a constant. Healthy scratch the last handful of games. Also, at least when we're losing by 8, he can throw some hits and make it interesting. Yeah, that's... I mean, but we don't want someone when we're losing to just throw hits and make it interesting. We want somebody to help us win when we're losing. The downfall has completely started back to the Habs puck. Once the line is in these types of games, definitely get rolling. Yeah, potentially, Avi. I mean, we're losing... We've lost Line, obviously, for the first probably 2.5, 3 months of the season, I would imagine. Oh my god, I've been in this thing for like 10 minutes and I'm already really sweaty. Jesus. But yeah. If all the other players were performing as they should and Jack wasn't, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Well, no, of course we would. Of course we would. Jack Eye's not doing what he's out there to do, which is enforce, which is hit, which is throw the body. He's not done that yet. I've seen... Alright, I'm sorry. I gotta... not take the mask off. I just gotta move some strands real quick. Jack Eye's out there to hit. He has the easiest job out there, probably. Throw the body, maybe get into a fight, but at least intimidate players. He's not throwing the body, which means he's not intimidating players. I get why he's a healthy scratch after all. And he's not great defensively this year. He's been alright, but he's not been fantastic. I wish I had a piece of sponge to just put under here, because then you guys could hear me a little better. So, fuck it. I might just hold the mask and make it look really awkward while I'm live. But, again, Jack Eye's offense is also lacking this year. I don't think he has a single point. He's got 2 penalty minutes in the 5 or 6 games he's played. That is too low. Now, obviously, I'm not saying that should be 40 penalty minutes already. No, because that's ridiculous. I would assume he gets in like 2 fights a game. He should have 10. He should at least have a fight. Probably 2, actually. 10 or 11, technically, depending on the minors that are taken, whatever. He should have either a fight and 2 or 3 minors. Or 2 fights. Jack Guy should be out there and hitting and throwing the body, and that's not what he's doing right now to start the year. I don't know what he's up to. But yeah, so, and you look at guys like Gallagher and Anderson. As much as I don't like Anderson, I thought he's had horrible games. He's at least helping the third line by being the pylon on the lineup. The third line is okay. The first line, Suzuki and Caulfield have been fantastic, of course. The first line has been fantastic with Suzuki and Caulfield. They've been rotating Slavkovsky, Doc. Tonight it was Heineman for like a period and a half. Fuck, I might honestly take this mask off. I'm really sorry. I might just take the mask off because it is really fucking sweaty in this thing. But yeah, it's, to compromise, I might put the skeleton mask on from last year. That might be even sweatier, actually. That might be even sweatier. But, the third line's been okay. The first line has mostly been solid. The second and the fourth line, you can't really scratch anybody there because you don't have Waugh. He's down in Laval developing. Barré-Boulet played 2 games and he was shit. You send him down. He wants to be elsewhere in the NHL. Anyways, so fuck him. You look at the blue line. There's Barron, who was a healthy scratch to start the year. He was all right. The only guy who can come in for a guy like Barré-Boulet is Pezzetta, and Pezzetta has not played well up to this point of the season. He's a guy that should have been playing tonight, yes. But you can't really scratch Dvorak because you wouldn't want Kapanen taking face-offs against prime guys who are in their prime, guys who are taking face-offs very, very often, and Kapanen who we're trying to develop into a winger. You can't have that. You can't have that. I don't know what to think of this game. It's hard to win putting up only 16 shots. That is true. It is sporty. With that being said, the Canadiens got very outplayed tonight. There were times in this game where we'd allow 3-4 shots in 3-4 seconds, where there'd be a lot of scrambling in front. Primo played very well, despite allowing 6 goals. Maybe 1 or 2 of them were his fault. Maybe. He still played very well tonight, I think. It is tough to win with putting up 16 shots for sure. Yeah, I'm glad Ovi potted one. Honestly, if this game could have been the same exact score, but Ovi puts up all 6 instead, I would have rather that, honestly. I would have much preferred Ovi. Alright, give me a second, please. I'm taking this mask off. I'm gonna go get the fucking skeleton mask out of my closet. I really hope it doesn't smell like mold, because if it does, I'm not putting it on. I'm just gonna come back normally. So give me a second, boys. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. I found the skeleton mask, so I am back. I am now a skeleton with hair for Halloween, so that's my new costume. And I'm gonna even in this, it's kind of hot. You guys can hear me a little better, I'm sure. It's fucking hot, dude. It's fucking hot. Sporty, I'm really disappointed that you didn't make a certain reference. But at the same time, I'm a little happy that you didn't. New Doc Slavkovsky to quit tonight. I don't know what you mean by that, Avi. Cole Suzuki have been showing up for every game. Absolutely, man. Ovi's, yeah, he's going to break the record for sure. All right, let's get back into the recap. So, I got to find where I was first. Canadiens press after the penalty kill. Capitals get a few chances. Canadiens get their first shot in a couple, 5-6 minutes. Off of a good turnover. Doc finds Slavkovsky in front there, but it just bounces over the stick. Actually really good on a new hook to end up creating that play out of a turnover. Hey, Clifford, how's it going, man? Thank you for coming by. Happy Halloween to you too, my good sir. I did have my original costume, but I took it off because it was way too hot, so now I'm a skeleton. Happy Halloween. Capitals press, they get a couple shots, but not a ton of action at this stage in the game. Then the Canadiens go to hold on Matheson. Habs don't get many first-line presses. Suzuki ends up trying to find Doc, but that chance goes wide. Habs are 0 for 1 on the power play tonight. Caps then press with 4 minutes left. Faharvery from Ovi on the 2-on-1. He just misses. He then gets into it with Gallagher to Faharvery. Canadiens then ice the puck a few times in the final 2-3 minutes. They try to keep the game just slow-paced. This is how the Capitals like it. In the final minute, the Capitals' fourth line out there, they press after a good puck battle in the corner. The Caps do get a shot on net. There's a last second chance that ends up getting poked wide by Gooley on a good one there. And at the whistle, Wilson runs at Caulfield, then Suzuki. We have some scrums going on behind the net. Fuck Tom Wilson. If I could slash that fucker in the neck and get away with it, believe me, I would. The shots are 7-6 for the Capitals after the first period, but it's also a scoreless first period as well. McMichael, at the end of that period, actually has the lone penalty for high-sticking Gooley, so there's that. Habs on the power play, they don't look good. There's not much real pressure. Habs are 0 for 2 on the power play tonight. The Capitals then get a power play, 2:53 in. Gooley gets called for a hook on Alexei Protas, or apparently it's Ilya Protas. I don't know if the TSN 3 stars just messed up his name or if he's shortening it to Ilya Protas, but I think Alexei Protas works a little better for him. And they score, do the Capitals. Tom Wilson tips one in from Ovi at 3:21, and that's a 1-0 Capitals. I put fuck my ass for some reason. But, yeah, Habs are 1 for 2 on the penalty kill tonight. So 30 seconds into the power play, Capitals open it. And that sucks. Alexei, okay, thank you, Sporty. Okay, so TSN 3 stars did fuck it up then. Thank you. Absolutely, Clifford. I'm really happy that the Habs did contribute to Gretzky getting past. Probably next season, unfortunately, but hopefully this year we can hope for next year. Then a fantastic play by Primo. Caps fourth line look for a 2-0 lead. Dowd is right in front. He gets a shot off. Duhaime and Radish on the rebounds. They can't bury it. Primo with some really solid stops there. And then the Habs go back to a power play. Strom gets called for a hook on Kirby Dach as he tries to break in. Very good play to end up drawing a power play. And then the Capitals score shorthanded. It's Alexei Protas on a 2-on-1 with a beautiful dangle to get by Caden Primo to bury it shorthanded. That comes late in the penalty kill. But wait, Marty's going to challenge for an offside. And it's confirmed. We've got an offside. No goal. It's still a 1-0 Capitals lead. Habs do push in the final seconds. They don't find anything. The Habs are 0 for 3 on the power play. Yo, have you guys ever heard of a fat skeleton? No, you haven't. You know why? Because it's an oxymoron. Habs then go back to a power play. There's too many men on the ice for the Capitals. That gets served by Ovechkin because just like with the Canadiens and Caulfield, he hasn't killed penalties. Canadiens presses a couple looks. Matheson ends up bobbling twice early. And then we score late on the power play in transition off a nice steal by Suzuki. Goal, Caulfield, this guy right here. He gets his 10th of the year from Suzuki. That's 9:52 in. That's seconds left on the power play. Buries it to tie the game. I put up, oh, baby. I think I meant to go, oh, yeah, baby. So the Habs now 1 for 4 on the power play. And then we score again just about a minute later. Actually, not even. That is 42 seconds later. Galley off a nice tip from Hudson and Dvorak. They get the assist on that one. Nice puck battle to win it. Dvorak down to the point. Hudson with the slapper. Galley gets the tip. Thought it was Hudson's first NHL goal, but unfortunately, it's not. Brendan Gallagher just gets another goal in his career. So it's 2-1. Canadiens do take the lead, and then the Capitals tie it a minute 14 later. Brendan Duhaime right in front. He buries it off of a horrible Anderson coverage. Gooley was at the blue line stick checking, so Anderson tries to cover for him, but then realizes, oh shit, I don't know how to play defense, and then just doesn't. So Duhaime gets left alone, and he scores as a result. It's a 2-2 tie game, just like that. And then the Capitals score 54 seconds after they tie the game up. Jakub Vrana, Struble just refuses to look around and cover him. It's on Vrana's stick and off in less than a second. A good shot to give the Capitals a 3-2 lead right there. And 6 minutes left in the third. All of a sudden, this game goes from being 1-0 to 3-2 Capitals real fast. Yeah, go Habs, go Abby, absolutely, man. Capitals almost make it 4-2. There's a deflection by Primo that sends that puck over the net. Suzuki has a nice strip of Sandin. He pushes, but the shot goes wide. Capitals press once again. And yeah, the game gets really interesting fast. Capitals then go to the power play because, of course, with 4 minutes left, it's who else? Josh Anderson taking really bad penalties. He hooks Nick Dowd. Kahnawake Michael, and this is fantastic right here. Kahnawake Michael off the draw with a slapper. Primo makes the save. The rebound is sent back to McMichael. And Primo, stacks the pads. Beauty there. The rebound, wide open net for Alex Ovechkin. Hits the side of the net. Holy shit. That's right. The Canadiens are able to kill as the Caps look really good. Trying to get something. Montreal, good kills there. 2 for 3 on the penalty kill. Harry staying low to Halloween. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I'm watching 3 movies. After this with my best friend, we're watching Trick or Treat, Hocus Pocus, and The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, because I've never seen The Great Pumpkin. I've seen the other 2. But yeah. And speaking of scoring, the Canadiens... That was a really shitty transition, and I just realized how that might have sounded. But we score. 2 minutes left. Exactly 2 minutes left in the second period. Nick Suzuki with a nice wrister just along the ice from Savard and Hudson. A beautiful screen as well by Heineman right in front to block Lindgren's view. The Habs tie the game. And just like that, 3-3 tie game. The final minutes, Caps press. There's a big stop by Primo and a big block by Savard as the Caps press. But into the third period, it's a 3-3 tie game, and the shots 18-12 for the Capitals. So the Canadiens would not get much in the third. It was all Capitals who just looked to get the lead. Capitals in the opening seconds, they pressed. There's some back and forth for a couple minutes. Caps' fourth line was fantastic tonight. They were really the team that was leading the charge offensively for either team, really. And they end up scoring. Well, the Capitals score, not that line. But Connor McMichael buries it on a really, really shitty scramble by the Canadiens D. They just let a rebound loose, and McMichael buries it on a backhand, and it's 4-3 for the Caps. 4:21 into the third period, and then they score again. 36 seconds later, Alex Ovechkin sends it. Protas, he gets a tip, assist from Struble, I should say. Technically Struble with the goal, but he gets a tip assist from Struble because he thinks it's a pass, and it just ends up going behind Primo. That one's really just bad luck for everybody involved on the Canadiens. 5-3 Capitals with the 2-goal lead. Dan, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it, my good sir. I understand it's the same costume as last year, but it's because my original costume, it was really hot. This is at least tolerable. So I put the current costume away, and I'm going with the skull. Next year, hopefully, will be a little bit better, though. No guarantees, though. But yeah, so Newhook ends up getting tripped and is given a slew foot at the same time. Of course, there's no penalty. Thankfully, he'd be okay, though. Caps press for a 6-3 lead. Good stops by Primo. Primo is really the biggest star for the Canadiens tonight. Canadiens get a power play 9:24 into the third. Duhaime gets called for a hook on Hudson. Make it a 5-on-3. 25 seconds in. Tom Wilson, the piece of shit he is called for a trip on Kirby Dach, and he ends up just complaining to the refs. Go into the box, you dumb fuck. How about them Jets? Yeah, they're going to be a first-round exit probably, Dan. Hell yeah. Go Jets, go. I think they're a playoff team. That's really cute. Hudson, perfect pass. Happy Halloween, Dan. Absolutely. Perfect Halloween. Hudson with a perfect pass to Yoel Armia, who just can't finish it. By the way, okay. There was something going on with my computer for a second. It froze up for a second. I don't know if you guys could see that, if I froze up, or if it was just on my end, but, yeah. So, that really fucked me up. So, Hudson was kind of at the, say, camera's the goal line. He was right there. He was setting up from the side of the net, basically. Finds Caulfield, who just can't finish it, unfortunately. And then, beautiful play. Hudson to Suzuki, across to Caulfield. Beautiful stop by Charlie Lindgren. His best of the night, easily. holy shit. And then there's a timeout called by Montreal with about 30 seconds left in the power play, the 5-on-3, I should say. Suzuki ends up getting stopped. Habs really pressed, but they just can't get anything. They are 1 for 6 in the power play. And then the Capitals score the great 8. Alex Ovechkin now 37 goals away from beating the fraud known as Wayne Gretzky. Bad play by the Canadiens. He buries it with 6:30 left in the game. It's a scramble in front. There's a shot. Another shot stopped. And Primo, he's down. Ovechkin doesn't miss the wide open net this time. Habs get some good looks. Yeah, not really shift by shift. It's really a once-in-a-while thing, exactly. That power play is the closest they come this year. Canadians' top line lets the Caps' fourth line then walk all over them. Suzuki and them are held out for, I think this is where they're held out for about 2 minutes. There's several looks for Dowd and Radish, but Primo is just still doing his best. He's making saves. He's playing well. Capitals then go to a power play with 5 minutes left. Matheson's called for a cross-check on Scarboza. That was a bit dangerous. Capitals work to get clears, and this is where it really breaks down. Fuck you, Tom Wilson. A high hit on Gouli, almost jumps into the hit, gets 1 foot off the ground, doesn't get both. Thankfully, Gouli would be fine. He'd finish the game. Both Anderson and Dvorak are immediately in there. Andy takes the fight. Wilson's good for the first 10 seconds, trying to just drag Andy down. Andy doesn't, surprisingly for being a shitty skater. Once he gets the punches, he loads 4, 5, 6 into Wilson, and boom, Wilson goes down like a brick shithouse. Yeah, both men get called 5 for fighting, and of course Anderson's given the extra minor, because why should a high hits by Wilson be punished? Obviously, he's the cleanest player in the league. Caps have a 5-on-3. They look for an OV 2-goal game. Savard, though, 3 fantastic shot blocks. Just late in the game, it's already lost, but no, he says, no, fucking my team's down. We still have a chance, and he gives some shot blocks. Ovi has a shot that ends up being tipped wide. That one gets through Savard. He was down a little bit. Yeah, Capitals with some pressure. There's nothing to score there. Matheson during a 5-on-4, though, he gets some speed. He's in. Shot gets stopped. The rebound around the boards. He ends up getting on it, but he doesn't realize that Lindgren thinks he has it. Matheson just isn't able to get a shot off, and yeah, but as a result, the Habs are 4 for 5 on the penalty kill tonight. In the final minute, the Caps press. There's a trip by the Canadiens. That just doesn't get called because end the game at this point, and they do. Primo makes a couple saves in the final seconds, and that's it. Capitals win the game 6-3 in regulation. The final shots are 34-16 for the Washington Capitals. So, yeah. We're going to get right into the final stats and get out of here because the mask is a little bit hot, I'm sure, as you guys can imagine. Nick Suzuki leads the Canadiens with 4 goals, 9 assists, 13 points. Joel Caulfield with 10 goals, 1 assist for 11 points. Mike Matheson's got 9 assists. Yaroslav Kowski's got 1 goal, 6 for 7 points. Lane Hudson with 7 assists. Brendan Gallagher with 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points. Jake Evans with 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. Same as Josh Anderson, actually. Kirby Dach's got 1 goal, 4 assists for 5 points. Caden Gouli, who is back in this game. I also should have mentioned Gouli and Barron both returned to the lineup. I don't know how I didn't mention that off the top, but yeah, Gouli and Barron both. He looked alright. Wasn't super out of place defensively, so he was okay. But Gouli and Armia each with a goal, 3 assists for 4 points. David Savard with 4 assists. Logan Mailloux with a goal, 2 assists for 3 points. Emil Heineman and Alex Newhook each with 2 goals. Christian Dvorak with 3 assists actually jumps above Heineman and Newhook there. Strubal's got 2 assists. Justin Barron with a goal. Oliver Kapanen with 1 assist. Mike Matheson and Josh Anderson each have a fight each. Sam Montembeau's got the lone shutout for the Canadiens this year as well. So, yeah. That is going to do it for today's stream, you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Comment, subscribe, favorite, share on everything which includes, but it's not limited to YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, Tumblr, and everything else. My name is Rice. Subscribe to join the Puff Club, the Ace Club, the Sub Hub, the D Nation. If you remember the Mod Squad, link around the comments here is much greatly appreciated. Links description, check them out. MCW Election Night, Tuesday, November 5th, 11 p.m. I have set the stream up so you guys can set it to remind you when it's happening. Please, do that. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fantastic. Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, we're watching the election. They're also competing in a 60-minute Iron Man match. We've got an Electoral Battle Royal, which is just a Royal Rumble if you watch the WWE. We've got Cosmo Kramer defending the world title, the MCW world title against the Big Mac. And we've got the Super Mario Bros. Challenging Angry Grandpa and Michael Green for the MCW John Cena Memorial Tag Team titles. You can find out more about the MCW on memechambionshipwrestling.fandom.com. Check us out there. Also, the MCW playlist on the channel. You can check out all 3 episodes that we've got so far. Please do. I'd appreciate that a lot. So yeah, guys, again, that is going to do it for today's stream. Thank you all so much for watching. Ale Montreal. Always remember, no matter how bad we are last year, how whatever we are like this year, go Habs, go, baby. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Sir Ace, and I am out. Ale Montreal. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye, guys. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye, guys. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye, guys. Bye.